Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospect, and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Gold Panning Fever, episode number 168. Let me go catch up on chat real quick, see who's here. Refotris, how's it going, brother? Thank you for being here and being here early. Joey Brown, Sean McClelland, David Desautel, thank you for joining the show. HD Shovelette, thank you for being here and being a mod, I appreciate it. John Gear, Shane Prothero, Casey Sring, how's it going? Ken from Gentleman Prospector, how's it going? Reg Lab, Brad Thomas, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show, one of my newest Patreon members. Ozark Buck, how's it going? Package Total, thank you for joining the show. Fickle Prick Prospecting, how's it going? Jason G, SRIP63. What's up, John from Wrenches Repairs and Prospecting? How's it going? Wrench, go make sure you go check out my last Patreon post. I think it's my last one. Yeah, my last one. And Ken, you too. So, and anyone that does any live shows, make sure you go check out my, if you're a Patreon member, make sure you go check out my last post on Patreon. Then email me the info. No. Alan Curie, how's it going? All right, let's pop out chat. And get my ugly mug on the screen so I can see what's going on. And there we go. All right. So yeah, tonight we're going to be panning out some more Mammoth Gold Nuggets. Unfortunately, it's not another ounce bag, as much as I really wanted to do an ounce bag on a live show. It's not. Adam Weiss, how's it going? From Florida. Just in case anyone didn't know, you're from Florida. So tonight we're just going to be panning out one of their beginner bags. It's a 1 grammer. So we're just going to have a gram. And I do have some more of their 1 grammers on my shelf. I don't know why. Maybe I must have those scheduled for another Tuesday. Because I usually schedule my Tuesdays out. I have all my Tuesdays scheduled out for the year. So I must be planning on doing another Mammoth something or another. So, but this one, unfortunately, when I got this one in, I didn't mark down the ROI or what I paid for it or anything. So this one's just going to be a fun bag. We're not going to do an ROI on it. When I do those two, I do know I have the ROI on those. So I have 2 bags, one behind each other. We'll do the ROI on those. So, because those were bought right after, I think, my secret shopper, a different secret shopper bought the 1 ounce bag. So, Edward Turner, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Yeah, and hopefully if you're in Florida, you're like really northern Florida right now. You know. Archaeology and Gold, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. So yeah, we're going to be doing some panning, some Mammoth Gold Nuggets. So I don't think, I wish I would have wrote it down. I have my cheat sheets up there. I keep a list of cheat sheets for all my upcoming reviews and Tuesday tailings, my Tuesday live shows. And for whatever reason, I didn't mark this one down. So I don't know who bought it. And I didn't want to go through dozens of secret shopper emails to figure out who bought this for me and how much I paid for it and what the ROI was then. But Mentally Corrupted, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Chris W., thank you for joining the show. And anyone, if I missed you, thank you for joining the show. So, but yeah, while we're panning today, I do need some help from all my Patreon members, since I know a lot of my Patreon members are in the live chat. I am still totally unsure on how to do a Christmas giveaway. As you all know, Patreon does not want giveaways anymore. We cannot do anything by chance for Patreon members only. So any contest that I do or any giveaway I do has to be open to everybody. And I can't do that. I can't give away, you know, a couple $100 worth of sluices and Paydirts to just random people. It just has to be for my Patreon members only. And I have plans to do a Christmas giveaway. I told y'all for the last month or so that I planned on doing a Christmas giveaway for my Patreon members, but Patreon obviously doesn't want me to do that. So I have to figure out a way. Secret Santa using Elfster. I'll have to look at that. So the problem though, so just in case before anyone does the thing, it can't be anything random. So if it's, everyone has to be entered. It has to be, so the way they're doing it is it has to be considered a contest, not a giveaway, raffle, or lottery. So if that makes sense. So there has to be some element of skill involved. It can't be a random chance. So you can't do a wheel, you can't do a race or anything like that. It has to be something of skill, which is why I changed all my Patreon things to guessing, because it takes skill to guess how much gold is on a scale without actually seeing the weight. So you never have to say it's for patrons. Yeah, but see, the problem with that is if they go and look. So if I say here's a wheel and it's got 25 members, they can look at the listing and they can see that those 25 members are all my $5 tier members. And then when I say, oh, I have a second wheel and it's all my $10 members, they're not stupid and they're obviously watching. Because when I was talking to him, the guy from Patreon back and forth, that's what they were watching my videos. They were watching my Tuesday videos. And the reason I was reported was for my Tuesday giveaways, which were up on the up and up. So somebody didn't like my Tuesday giveaways that I do every Tuesday, and tonight I will be doing a giveaway because it is open to everyone and anyone. So if you're a Patreon member or non-Patreon member, I am doing a giveaway tonight for one spot for a future raffle to give this away, bag of Paydirt. But it is open to everyone. But so essentially in the terms of service with Patreon, they are allowed to ban you based on things you do outside of the site. It's the same thing as with, like football players who get kicked off of teams because they went to a bar and beat up some girl. Even though it has nothing to do with football, it's still part of the things, so it's a whole bunch of hoops. And I'm going to understand that it's their platform. They can do whatever they want. But like I said, I can't afford to just do a giveaway for everybody that's hundreds of dollars of prizes, and the odds are Patreon members wouldn't win it. So just anyone that has any ideas, you can email me at Dylan@MillerProspecting. I'd prefer if you didn't say it on Patreon because they obviously will have access to any messages I say on Patreon. I mean, they can watch this in here, and I'm not trying to get around any loopholes. That's the thing. I'm not trying to, I don't want to have a secret live show without anyone knowing about it, because if they find out, I could be banned. And I don't want to lose my account, because, if anyone's ever had PayPal and they've had their PayPal account frozen, they generally don't freeze your account when you have $0 in it. If Vendetta and Flower Gold Wizard both had their accounts locked, and I think it was the day after pay. So the day after they charged everyone is when they froze their account. They didn't do it the day before they charged everyone. So if, it's one of those things, if all of a sudden you take in $1,200 and they freeze your account, the odds are they're not going to refund everybody, So just something to think about. If anyone comes up with a good idea, some kind of contest I can do for Patreon members, because that's all I need. I need a good idea for a contest. It doesn't have to be a guessing game. It could be some other contest. I don't know. People drawing pictures. I don't know. Texas Donna, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show, even if it is just for a minute. And even if it is just to hit the like button, I appreciate it. John Gear, how's it going? Yeah, Refotress, I'm probably going to lean that way in January. The only reason I didn't do it before is because I had actually gotten all my prizes already throughout the end of the year. It's one of the reasons why I did all the 5 grammars from, were they 5 grammars or 3 grammars? All the 3 grammars from Gold Nugget sales. Because I wanted to get some nuggets to finish out the year with. So until the end of the year, I'm going to do the guessing game and I'm going to see how it works. And if it's okay, what I might do is next year, I might just go to everyone gets just a monthly reward for being on the Patreon show. And then we'll do one guessing game for everybody, something like that. So I am Zaxxon, how's it going? PA Patriot, how's it going? And anyone I miss, I apologize. Donna, thank you for being here and being a moderator. I really appreciate it. Who else? Anyone else I miss? All right, I think I got everyone. Again, if I missed you, I apologize, but I appreciate you joining the show. Just do the wheel offline and send it along. Yeah, well, you can't do that because, people, the whole reason that people like the giveaways and stuff, because they like watching them. They like seeing the wheels and stuff spinning around. So, and again, if it's offline, then it's kind of like, there's a higher chance, we all joke that all these contests are rigged anyway. there's a much higher probability that something is rigged if you do it offline. Where if you just say, oh, hey, these 5 members won and they get prizes, you know. Yeah, Refoachers, that's what I've been working on. See, the reason I originally started with that, and a lot of my older Patreons members will know that, I originally, for the $5 tier, you really didn't get anything. It was just to support the channel. And then the $10 tier got something copper every single month. And then the $25 members got something silver every month. And the reason I stopped it was just because postage was going so high. You know, if you know, for a $10 tier, if you get a $2 copper round, but then all of a sudden you got to spend $4 on shipping, and then, you know, the envelope and the time invested, it's like, okay, you know, I sent it out and I only took in $1. It's like, well, you know, I might as well just get rid of the $10 tier and keep the $5 tier. It cost me nothing, you know. So I have been looking at it a little bit, and I'm probably do a mix and a match of those. Sherwood, what's up, brother? Long time no see. How's it going? Hopefully you and the kids are all doing good. What else we got? Who else did I just see pop in? No, Home Zoo, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. But we all know you're honest. Well, I know that, but you know, the whole reason that all this came about was somebody ratted me out, and I'm sure they ratted a whole bunch of other people out on Patreon, is because they were sore losers, or probably, you know. I mean, I don't want to say that. Maybe they just saw this show and thought, you know, oh, he's doing a giveaway, and I don't do giveaways, and I have Patreon. You know, somebody reported me. Obviously, Patreon doesn't like it, so. You know, but it is what it is. And like I said, I'm not upset with Patreon. It's their site. I knew the rules. I've known the rules for several years because they did go after us before. They shut us all down several, you know, not everybody, but they shut a whole bunch of us down a couple years ago, and they told us the rules. And we kind of, instead of not following the rules, we just all changed the name. So instead of saying giveaway, we just said Gaw or Huck or Chuck or Luck or Muckety Muck. And we kind of got away with it for a couple of years, and now they came back, and that was my second strike. So, you know, I don't want a third. So, well, we'll figure out something. But I just need, if anyone thinks of a good idea for a good contest, and I'd prefer if it was something gold related. You know, I don't want a contest where, you know, people are just, you know, guessing how many marbles are in a jar or something like that, you know. And the weight thing we're already kind of doing, so... You know, and I'd need 3 of them, because right now the plan is to have prizes for the $5 tier, $10 tier, and the $25 tier. So if anyone can think of a contest we could do that, you know, isn't bad for doing 3 of them, let me know. If not, I'll have to one of these days get my brain working, take some, what is it, ginkgo ben or something like that, and get my brain working pretty good and try and think of something. So no, we'll see. Do you sell bags of Paydirt? I do occasionally to my Patreon members only. I don't sell it in the public or anything like that. And the reason I don't is because I think it's a conflict of interest. If you sell Paydirt and then you review other Paydirts, kind of, you know, there's a reason, you know, I'm not going to say who, but there's a reason why another reviewer, a bigger one, only reviews really bad Paydirts. You know, if like, let's say, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, if your Paydirt's a 6, if you only review Paydirt's 5 and below, and you tell everyone, ooh, this Paydirt really sucks, but by the way, buy my bag of Paydirt, you're not being honest. Whereas if, you know, every single week you reviewed a seller who was selling a 10 Paydirt and then said, ooh, look, he's a 10, now buy my 6. Nobody's going to buy your 6. But if you tell a whole bunch of people to buy 5, that 5 suck, but you've got a 6, people will buy yours thinking, wow, this is so much better than a 5. So... What's up, Jason? How's it going? Yeah, whatever. It's ginkgo something. I know something. I'm not smart enough to remember what it is. I just know there was something that's supposed to make your brain a little bit better, so. Secret contest channel. See, can't do that. No. Joey Brown, I don't know if I said hi to you, but thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Jason, I appreciate you joining the show over at Flower Gold Wizards. AAA Rockhound, how's it going? Donna, thank you very much. A3 Sky Warrior, thank you for joining the show. So I don't want to do like I said, I don't want to try to skirt Patreon's rules. I don't want to do that because, you know, generally when you do stuff like that, it'll come back to haunt you later on. I don't want to like skirt the rules and then 3 months later them come back and say, okay, now you're banned. You lost all your money for this month. Now you got to do all this stuff. You got to tell everyone to join somewhere else. And, you know, then they might come down harder on other people too in their channels. You know, it's just easier to comply with the rules. So I just need to find contests. And I don't really play very many contests. You know, I have seen, obviously, some people do guessing games. So I kind of knew about that one. But if anyone could think of a good contest, I mean, like I said, it can be anything because it is for my Patreon members. And I can tell y'all, I can tell you 2 months in advance. I can tell you in a month advance. I can tell you who wants to enter, who doesn't want to enter. So it can be something like a contest for, you know, drawing a picture or something like that. Jason, how's it going, brother? Thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. My secret Patreon member, Jason. Thank you very much, brother. For the Patreon blues. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like I said, you know, in life, you always got to jump through hoops and just, you know, Patreon's making us jump through new hoops for the end of the year. And which would be fine if I didn't already have told, if I wouldn't have told people that I was doing a Christmas, and usually I don't. Usually I just surprise everyone in like November and say I'm going to do a Christmas giveaway. But this year I blabbed my mouth early and I've already committed to buying some of the things. I've already promised somebody I'd buy them, so I have to do the giveaway. And now Patreon kind of messed that up. So we just need to think of some contests to hold. Tomcat Josh, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Yes, and Jason is definitely a legend. And not just because he donated to the channel. He is by far the best prospector channel on YouTube. So, him and Rigby and the rest, you know, I like his channel the best. So, he's not finding 1 ounce nuggets every single day. So, but what you gonna do? Can you do a wheel to break a tie in a contest? I don't think so, no, because then it'd be random again. That's the thing, is it can't be anything random. It has to be based on skill. So it has to be like a contest where, you know, like with the guessing game, somebody's going to get it. You know, like with my current guessing game, if 2 people have the same guess, it's whoever guessed it first. There is no tie. There can be no tie. So I'm a Patreon of Jason's as well. So I appreciate Jason doing his thing. So I appreciate it, Adam. I'm not trying, you know, and that's it. It's. I think everyone should be able to do whatever they want with their videos. If they want to sell Paydirt, no problem. That's their problem. I just don't do it. Like I said, I personally think it's a conflict of interest. If I ever close my channel, maybe I'll start selling Paydirt then, but one of these days. But I have no plans right now to sell Paydirt. Like I said, every once in a while I sell it on Patreon. To my members, and I haven't done that. I don't think I've even done it this year, or maybe early. I don't think I've sold any this year. I think the last time I sold some was in December of last year. So yeah, I haven't really sold any Paydirt. I might have to next month, you know, to get ready for Christmas or something. So, you know, if you want to email me, here, you can email me and ask me. And I will keep you up to date. And, you know, if you want to buy some, you could join my Patreon for $5 and buy some that month. And I'll let you know. I'll probably figure it out later this month if I'm going to sell Paydirt or not for 1 month. But typically I don't, you know. Every once in a while, like I said, every once in a while, last year, I think I sold Paydirt twice to Patreon. The year before that was like twice. And usually it's like 20 bags. So I make up like 20 bags and sell it. Except for aircraft. Oh, you know Rigby's the, you know, we all know who the boss is on the channel, but, you know, we'll tell Jason it's him because Jason's the one that controls the YouTube editing and button mashing. So, oh, silly thing. All right. Well, I'm trying to catch. So, but all right. So, but today we're just going to be panning out not any of my Paydirt. We're going to be panning out some Mammoth. And if you are curious, I do have some of my Paydirts up here. I had this bag at one time. I had my bucket Paydirt. So, I have that for sale. And then I think there's one somewhere else. I had a can. Maybe that's up here somewhere. I can't see it. But I had a can Paydirt as well. So, every once in a while I do. Yeah, it's up there. You just can't see it. It's over here. A little can Paydirt. So, but yeah, let's go pan out some Mammoth Gold Nuggets. And I will tell you, this is a beginner bag, and it's not because I'm a beginner panner. I tend to, if I'm doing a Tuesday show, I don't like panning out the really hard stuff all the time because, you know, it takes a lot longer and it is a lot more difficult. But also, I was doing a little bit of experiment with Mammoth Gold Nuggets, where if you buy their beginner bag, you get bigger gold. Bigger gold is worth more than smaller gold typically. So I wanted to just to see if I bought their beginner bags, but how chunkier the gold would be. So, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, once you start panning, you'll get gold fever, and then you can't get rid of it. So, no, but yeah, if you go check out my website, you'll see I have a top 10 on my website, which will be updated next month, I think. Yeah, so I think I'm going to update it next month. I've got to update it. So, but the current top 10 is still all top 10 sellers. I'm just going to probably add one, remove one, something like that. So, saving it for the retirement home. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm saving all these for, is for my own retirement home. You know. But yeah, if you just go check out millerprospecting.com, top 10, it also shows the last 100 reviews I've done, so you can see sellers that I might have gotten a good ROI on or a really bad one from. So, but all right, let me shrink down and get rid of my ugly mug. We're going to go to the pan, and we're going to start the water, and we're going to start panning. So let me see. Ugly mug, shrink down. Nope, 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 nope. What is that there? Oh, that's why. Well, hello, panning cam. Why are you so tiny? Yeah, I was busy getting my coffee and not setting up right. So, all right. There we go. So there's the water. There's the pan. Let's move some stuff around, slap some gloves on, and start finding some shiny. I also have to open up chat on my phone. Yeah, I love Gold Nugget, man. He is in my top 10 on my website. So yes, I think he is currently number 3. I think he's number 3. So I really like Gold Nugget, man. He's one of my favorite. He's actually, if you look at my shelf behind me, which you can't see right now because obviously we're watching the panning cam, but if you look at my shelf, everything on the shelf is pretty much people who don't sell Paydirt or closed sellers, things like that. I try not to promote too many sellers on my shelf. The only 2 that are promoted currently is Vendetta Prospecting, because he's a good friend of mine, and I'm only one of very select that got an actual canvas bag Paydirt from him. So I wanted to show that off. And then the other one is Gold Nugget Man, because he retired his old white bottle for the black bottle. So I have one of his white bottles on my shelf. So, but yeah, I love Gold Nugget Man. That's awesome, Bruce Wayne. How's it going? That's how you got to make your riches, so then you can go support your side hustle of saving Gotham City, huh? That Batmobile's not going to pay for itself. My friend's looking for a Gold Nugget woman. Me too, man, me too. That sounds good, Refotris. I'm always down for Paydirt. I think probably half of my Tuesday shows are Paydirts that people have sent me. So, and I'm trying to get better at panning them out more frequently. I think next Tuesday, no, what is it? Next Tuesday, no, it's a scheduled one. But then I think the Tuesday after that is somebody just that mailed one some. We're going to start a little at a time because we only have a pound of material here, 1.1 pounds. So, how's it going, Justin? I see you have beat the regulators again. Bird feeders, yeah. Yeah, but you always want to check your laws for high bankers, and not just the high banker, but anything with motorized equipment. A lot of places won't allow motorized equipment because it churns up the water and kills spawning and this and that. So, Chef V, how's it going, brother? Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. So in this seller, Mammoth Golden Nuggets is in my top 10. I think they're tied number 10 with Yukon Alley because they would probably be maybe higher or lower on this thing, or lower. They'd be in a lower spot than 10, but they don't sell consistently. I try to keep only in my top 10 sellers who consistently have Paydirt up. But Mammoth and Yukon are probably two of the best sellers out there, but they almost never have Paydirt, so they sell out a lot. And since they're both working mines, they only sell when they're kind of, like not working. What's up, Alan? Crippled Prospector Jackson. So you've changed your name from just regular Alan Jackson to now Crippled Prospector. And if anyone is wondering, because they did reply to me, one of the owners of Mammoth Gold Nuggets did reply to my question in my 1 ounce review, which if you haven't seen, go to my last video where I review a 1 ounce bag of Paydirt from Mammoth Gold Nuggets. All of the gold does come from their mine. So all the dirt comes from their mine. All the gold comes from their mine. But that's why you just bring your pickup truck and fill the bed up with plastic, a tarp. Right, Justin? Thank you very much, Chef V. I appreciate that. Gilbert, yeah, they got rid of everything on the beaches, Some other dog must have seen Rigby and were like, hey, that's not fair. He gets all the meat snacks. Here, I can just give you my email. It should pop up. Yeah, if you just type email into live chat, it'll show my email. I'm broken toe prospecting. I'm bad leg miller prospecting then. I've been having a lot of problems with my legs recently. And they're still trying to schedule me at my orthopedic surgeon. I'm like, come on, fit me in before the end of the year because my insurance is about to expire. I was like, my new insurance is probably going to suck because every year it gets worse and worse. So a couple pieces, see, a little bit of a picker. This is why I do the beginner bag. See, get some bigger pieces of gold. Hopefully I'll still find a couple little tiny pieces, but. Yeah. But I know I need another surgery on my left knee, but now my right knee's been hurting me, and I was like, I don't know. That's already 2 surgeries on it. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind when they are out in stock. You know, like I said in my video, one of the selling points for that Paydirt is the fact that it comes from a working mine. It's the same with Yukon Alley, where the gold and the dirt comes from a working mine. And that's one of the things you deal with their working mine is you're not always going to have Paydirt in stock. And I'm fine with that because, you know, I like their Paydirt. So, it's more of an artisan Paydirt, I guess. I love Flower Gold Wizard. Two Toes, I like Two Toes too. Aqua Donkey, how's it going? Yeah, yeah, you can do the link, Ed. I totally forgot. I said it earlier in the show, then I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, make sure the HD or one of my mods is going to post a hidden link. Make sure you click on that link and it'll take you to another video. Just go over there, leave a comment if you're new here. At the end of the show, I will pick one name out of all the comments, and that person will win one spot in an upcoming raffle. Once I get 8 names on the board, then we'll raffle off a bag of Paydirt. It's not one of my bags of Paydirt. It's a bag of Paydirt from Western State Minerals. It's a seller that went out of business about 2 years ago. And it's guaranteed, I think, a third a gram of gold minimum. So, I like the gold and I like the dirt. You know. I really like the gold from the my last review of them. So, and by the way, I think I might have cut that part out of the video because the video still ended up being 17 minutes. And I think I cut the part out, but there is a part 2 to that Mammoth Gold Nugget 1 ounce bag of Paydirt. There is a part 2. And that will be next month. There'll be a part 2 with that on essentially what I do with something to do with the gold itself. So I won't tell you what exactly, but. So for right now, that gold is just sitting on my shelf behind me. So I can shoot that video. I got to shoot the intro for it first. Then it's going to take me like 2 weeks before I can actually shoot the video. Watch out for Patreon mail. Hey, Prospector Jason E. Miner, how's it going? So see, some more chunkies. This is why we order the beginner bag for the live shows. It shows off better. And plus, I don't go blind. Even though I do like panning the hard stuff too. This is just much prettier for a live show. And I was curious. I had only done one of their, I think I did their advanced bag last time when I did the actual review. So I did an advanced bag and then I did a 1 ounce bag. So that was it I've ever done with them. So I wanted to do a beginner bag just to see how chunkier the gold was. More gold fun. How's it going, Scott Roberts? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. I have to approve comments again. Okay, here, let me set that. Let me change that real quick. All done. And thank you very much, HD. Appreciate that. Yeah. But I really like the Mammoth Gold Nuggets. I think, I don't think you can go wrong with their bags of Paydirt. I mean, I think some of my favorite Paydirts, a lot of my favorite Paydirts are actually ones from working mines. Yukon Alley, Mammoth Gold Nuggets, Gold Nugget Man. Those are some of the ones, like, if you look at my last 100 reviews, I was looking at it the other day on my website on how many of them are actually over 100% ROI. And I think almost every one of them are ones from Working Minds, because they can sell gold cheaper because it's just their hard labor. It's not, whereas with me, like if I wanted to sell Paydirt, I'd have to buy the gold and then it would have a definitive cost, and then I would have to recoup that cost and make a profit. So maybe one day, but as long as I'm shooting videos and doing reviews. Now if I ever switch and I have no plans on ending my channel anytime soon, but I do know at some point eventually I'll probably get tired of doing Paydirt reviews and might just switch to doing equipment reviews and making equipment, doing DIY videos and stuff like that. Then I might start selling Paydirt, But Alan, you're already a Patreon member, so like I said earlier in the video, I might sell some Paydirt next month. I have to decide. I have to see. Got to pay for this upcoming Christmas contest we're going to do on Patreon. Yeah, the only reason I got that 1 ounce was because the ROI was so high, and I did kind of guess that I would get more than the 31 grams I was guaranteed. I was hoping I'd get 32. So what I did was I put it on a credit card and I calculated, okay, this is how much interest it's going to make, and this is how much I'm going to sell it for. So it's because what happened was when I got sick, when I had the COVID for a month, the video got delayed a month because this video, the Mammoth Gold Nugget video, was supposed to come out last month. So I had to pay an extra month of interest on the card. Luckily, it's a very low interest card, so which is my emergency card. It's one I'm not supposed to be using for stuff like this, but I figured it's worth it. So I have to unload the gold pretty quickly. So I have to unload the gold pretty quickly to recoup and pay off the credit card. But I will say one thing, I'm really, really surprised and I'm really happy because one thing that's unfortunate with Paydirt is a couple times when I've done a review and a seller has a really good set ROI. Like, I'll say, oh, look at this ROI. If you go to their website and you buy it, you'll get a guaranteed, 100% ROI or 98% ROI or 90% ROI. They get a whole bunch influx of business and then they change it. They immediately change it and just, it's that lucky few. So I knew they had 1 or 2 bags. When I originally shot the video, they had 2, and I guess they were down to 1. As I was really worried that right after my video would come out that they would, raise their price to like $2,600 for the 1 ounce bag. But they didn't. They left it. It's still last time I checked, it's still 118% guaranteed ROI. So, hey, TM, how's it going, TM? Troubled One, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. And anyone I miss, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know I don't have... the thing is, so for my upcoming video that has to do with Mammoth Gold Nuggets again, I need to sell that gold. Like I said, I need to sell it for that. So I just don't know if I want to sell it to a buyer or Paydirt. So since most of the gold's chunky, it wouldn't be, I don't know how fun of a bag of Paydirt it's going to be because there wasn't really very much fine gold. And I have almost no fine gold in stock, so. Justin. No. Yeah, I just used my Home Depot card last week for a new washing machine. So because, you know, the 4 years was up on my last one, so it went on the fritz. So here's the deal. So my washing machine is having a problem figuring out how much water is in the machine. So what it does is it fills up halfway and then dumps all the water and just freaks out and stops. So I have to keep resetting it, and it's taken me like, it'll fill up 3 or 4 times, dump the water 3 or 4 times before it'll finally wash a load of clothes. So my water bill has doubled in the last 2 months. So I looked it up, and to get somebody to come out and just look at it is $150. And it's either one of 2 problems. It's either the motherboard that costs $240, or it's the sensor, which is $240. So it's $400 either way, and a brand new machine costs $500. So, you know, it's like, I'd rather spend $100 and, you know. You will make more selling as Paydirt, hopefully. Probably not, because, you know, I don't try to make money off my Patreon members too much when I, you know, they're Patreon members. They're already giving back. So if I sell it as Patreon, it'll probably be really, really close, if not 100% ROI. So. Yeah, that's how they get you. That's how they all get you. Credit cards. Oh, look at this piece. That's a nice little picker. This is a 1 gram bag, right? I might have to look at this bag. This is a 1 gram bag. That's a nice little piece. I'm guessing that's got to be a hat. Nah, maybe 0.4. Maybe 0.4. We'll weigh some of these up after the show. Like during the live show after we finish panning. But yeah, that's a big little piece there. Anyways, no, I really don't keep any gold for years and years. I mean, I've been doing doing videos for over 8 years now. And only in the last like year if I start putting Paydirt on my shelf, and that's it. I don't really collect any gold. I give back to my Patreon members and put more of it into the channel and buy more Paydirt for reviews and things like that. So sadly, no, I do not have a stockpile of gold in a little swimming pool I can go swimming in. Like my good friend Mike over at Gold Nugget Sales has. Yeah. Sadly, this city I live in has so many fees on their water and so many bonds and everything else that the water is just incredibly horrible here. So, Alaskan Assassin, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. 0.357, maybe 0.44. Yeah, I was thinking like 0.4. Just because this is a 1 gram bag, I don't see him putting like, you know, a 0.8 gram nugget in the bag. So, but we'll have to see. I haven't seen a ton of gold. We've seen like 1 or 2 pieces in each pan. So it might be a half grammer, but I'm thinking 0.4. It'd be so nice to have a one-time water bill, man. Because my kids, they will take a 2-hour shower if I don't sit there and bang on the door and tell them to get out of the shower. A couple more pieces. Like I said, so far it's been like 2 or 3 little pieces. There is some little stuff. See, this isn't gold. It almost looks like, I almost want to say that's like platinum, but get a smaller water heater. I already have a pretty, yeah, I guess it's not too small, but it's a good one. So unfortunately it heats up too while it's draining. So, but my kids don't care. They'll take a 2-hour cold shower. They'll just, you know, they're kids. The water will get cold and they'll just stand to the side and just stand there, not even in the water, just listening. And I don't know if I said thank you, but thank you for joining the show, Scott. I appreciate it. This is a 1 gram bag. This is a 1 gram beginner bag. Because I said I wanted to, like I said, my original review for Mammoth Golden Nuggets was the advanced bag, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was expert bag. I think it was advanced because I wanted to see what was in the middle. So this time I just bought one. I wanted to do the beginner bag just to see. What a beginner bag looked like what the size of gold was. All right, Ken, go enjoy your dinner. Appreciate you popping in. Appreciate everyone who pops in and hangs out, even the lurkers. I know there's always some lurkers out there. Carson Prospecting's always a lurker. 8-3 Sky Warrior works a lot. Yeah. So this is a little honker. It makes a little noise. So it's pretty good. I like this for a beginner bag. This would be really good for a kid. Be easy. No matter how hard they shake the pan, I think they wouldn't lose these. So. Trying to take my time panning it too, so the show doesn't end too early. Hey, Charles King, how's it going? Charles King Prospecting. I've only tried the 1 grammers from Gold Nugget Man. I'm going to have to try one of his 1.5s. That'd be a good one for a future battle, because I know there's a couple sellers that sell like 1.5, but it's kind of rare, you know, so. End of day paperwork. Oh, that's always the worst. Beginning of the day paperwork's even worse, though, because, you know, the day hasn't even started and you're already done paperwork. Weezin, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show and being a moderator. I really appreciate that. John R. Prospecting. You've been working for 30 minutes. I appreciate all my workers. I know I always have workers. I work 90% of the live shows I watch. I'm just lurking because I'll just turn it on my TV and then just go clean or something and I can listen. And then I can't really reply when it's on my TV because then I'm like, okay, well then I have to go turn on my computer and I have to do this. So then I just generally just lurk and listen. Which unfortunately is bad for me because when I do it on my TV, I can't do the thumbs up. And I'm really bad at going back and giving thumbs up. So I need to add that to my to-do list. Go through all videos and give thumbs up. So only one little piece, this one. A little bitty tiny piece. So. There you go. Finish driving. All right. This is the last of it. No, not really, Gilbert. I don't think I've ever found any natural silver. I have found silver, but it's usually man-made silver, crystalline silver. And then the Paydirt sellers put it in there. I have found platinum, I think, on 2 occasions. But the funny thing is, every bag I've ever bought where they say there's platinum in there, I've never found any. There used to be, there still is a seller out of Yukon called Eureka Gold Sands, where he always talks about how you can find platinum nuggets in there and that they're worth so much money. And I don't know anyone that's ever found any platinum in any of his Paydirt. TM, that's true. I'm trying to remember who it was, but I was watching somebody's live show on the TV the other day. It was probably a couple weeks ago. And they said something in reply to what somebody said. And I was like, oh, and I was like, oh. But my computer was totally off. Usually I just shut my computer, like close the lid so I could pop it open and just start using it. But I had shut it down so it could update. And when I opened it up, it still had to update for like 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, well. What's that, John? I do have a plan to do a battle with Mammoth in the future, but I'm always up for it. Yeah, that's it. The only platinum I've ever seen is like that little piece I said I thought I found earlier. Is it's so tiny that it's got no real value to the Paydirt. So it's one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of when sellers add little things to Paydirt, like even silver. Because if you buy, say, 20 bags of gold Paydirt and each one's got a gram in it, at the end you'll have 20 grams of gold that you can go on eBay and sell. You can contact sellers like me or somebody else that buys gold and you can sell it to them. But if in one of those bags you find like a quarter gram of silver, you have nothing you can do with it. It's just you can't. You put it on a shelf, you can put it in your box for your kids when you pass, and they're going to get it and they're going to be like, what am I going to do with a quarter gram of silver? There's just nothing they can do with it. So it's really hard to say that it adds value to the Paydirt when you can't get rid of it. Brian Phillips, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Where can I find a good cleanup sluice? A slush? Like a slushy? 7-Eleven's got some good slushies. But Flower Gold Wizards, go check out Flower Gold Wizards channel. You'll have to go back a couple videos. Or you can go to my channel, and I have a video, I think, like from 2 months ago where I review the Flower Gold Wizard. But if you're trying to find really fine gold and catch the really small stuff, the Flower Gold Wizard sluice. It's cheap. It's only $60. And it is a beast. It's essentially a Miller table / sluice. So it's a Miller table that's not a hard Miller table, because Miller tables suck. And this is like a good working one. What's up, Stephen LeBlanc? Thank you. Glad you made it. I will say, YouTube must start, I know YouTube doesn't like me very much because I'm too ugly. I'm, not funny enough. I'm not creative enough, or whatever it is. And that they're essentially shadow banning my channel because it doesn't get recommended and stuff like that. But even if you type in, like I was earlier today, so for my phone to get up chat, I have to, type in Miller Prospecting. I type in Miller Prospect, and my live show did not even show up. Like I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled, and my live show did not show up. And it usually shows up, but it'll be like maybe 3 videos down. I actually had to type in Miller Prospecting Live for it to show up. They're being such pains. Some people like my ugly mug. Come on, YouTube, be sweet to me. But glad you made it, Steven. And for the sluice, I don't remember who asked the sluice question. Definitely go check out Flower Gold Wizards. If it'll be one of his older videos, or you can email me. If you just type in chat, if you just type in email, it'll show you my email, and you can email me, and I'll send you a link to where you can get his sluice from, or videos where you can see a sluice in action. So it's always better to watch a video before you buy. I got email you as live. Yeah, it'll email. It won't email me though, because it's my channel. So I guess I'm gonna have to start doing like putting it on Patreon. Oh, going live and posting the community, going live in an hour, because YouTube's making it harder. I'll join Instagram and TikTok and post a thing going live in 1 hour. No. Yes, the troubled one. It comes with the header box. The Flower Gold Wizards comes with everything you need. So, well, it doesn't come with a flow adjuster. So, I mean, I just used a little, cut a, because it comes with the header box. So you got to buy tubing and a pump. I think does it come with the pump? I don't even remember. You can look on this thing, but it's the sluice and the header box. I don't know if it comes with the pump or not. Maybe not. But, it just uses the same pump that everybody else has used, so. It's 80 now? Uh-oh. He must be selling a lot of them. Yeah, it comes with the header box. It doesn't. But I don't know. There's not very many sluices that actually come with the pump. And it's definitely any company that sells the sluices with the pump is usually such a exorbitant price. It's not worth it. You know, like if you look at like even like the Gold Cube or Doc over at Gold Hog, their sluice might be $400, and they'll say, "Oh, add in the hose and the pump, and it's 450." You can get that exact same pump off of Amazon for $10, $12. You know, so it's like, yeah, no pump, yeah. See, I never can remember if sluices come with pumps because I have buckets full of pumps because they're so cheap on Amazon. You know, 1100 GPH pump costs, you know, $12 on Amazon. So, well, I appreciate that, Bob. I appreciate you popping in. Glad you got a notification. We were just talking about how YouTube doesn't like me, but I guess they like you. So they were like, oh, we'll give him a notification. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. But I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate everyone that pops into my shows and hangs out with me. Cleanup Buddy comes with it for $80. Yeah. Cleanup Buddy uses a 5-inch mat too, so I think at the end of this month, yeah, I think at the end of October. I think it's October. Might be November. I have a video coming out with the Cleanup Buddy. I've seen that pump for 40 at shows. Yeah. It's so funny because like I don't remember what pump, what sluice I originally got it with, but I remember I bought I mean this is 10 years ago, 8, 10 years ago. I bought a sluice and it was like, oh, you can get it with the pump and stuff. I think it was the gutter sluice. I'm almost positive. It was the gutter sluice. So for like the gutter sluice, I think at the time it was $60, and then it was 90 if you wanted the pump and the thing. So I was like, yeah. So I bought it, but then I bought another piece of equipment that ended up burning up the sluice. Um, burning up the pump. So I was like, oh man, now I gotta buy the new pump. I was like, oh, I was so bummed because I'm thinking it's a $30 pump. And go look on Amazon. At the time, it was $7.99. I was shipped. I was like, what the junk? Like, I just got ripped off. Speed controller. Yeah, I mean, we had this discussion, I think, last week where I'm not a fan of speed controllers. I just kind of, you know, put a ball valve on the hose and slow it down. Those pumps, like I said, those pumps are so cheap that even if you burn out the pump, it doesn't matter. And the speed controllers are just using up electricity, cost money. Oh, I'm in Evansville, Indiana is where I'm at. I'm in Indiana. So, the big gold state. So, a lot less gold in this pan than the last time I was doing some Mammoth gold nuggets. Speed controllers are cheap too. I haven't even ever looked at one. I've got probably 30 or 40 ball valves and 30 feet of hose always sitting around in buckets. So the one thing that does aggravate me though is I think the sluice buddy, I think they got rid of it, but it was so weird that they did the DC pump. Like it's an indoor sluice. Why would you have a DC pump for an indoor sluice? That didn't make any sense for me. Like with the gold cube, I understood because I figured a lot of times people with the gold cube would be outdoors using it, But for a cleanup sluice, you're going to be inside, you're going to be in your garage or something like that. You want to be able to just plug it in the wall. You don't want a DC one. But I looked at their site the other day and I think they got rid of that one. I think you can only get the version with the AC pump. My pump has a speed thing. Yeah, well, you should have got your claims in Indiana, man. I would say Arizona, but I know a good buddy of mine's in Arizona. He says there's no gold there, so I need a 1 1/8 flow valve. You know what? I'm going to talk about that for a second. Here's the gold. We'll look at all the gold. See, that's all the gold we found tonight. Let me get rid of water. There we go. Got rid of some of the water. But there's all the gold we found tonight. Whole bunch of nice chunkies. But one of the things that really I was cleaning out some of my buckets the other day with all my hoses and stuff, and I had a whole bunch of hose from my gold cube. The gold cube uses a 1 1/8 hose. Nobody uses a 1 1/8 hose. Nobody. It's all 1 inch or 1.5 inch. It was so hard. I remember because the gold cube, when I bought my gold cube, it came with the pump and all that. I think the hose is like 3 feet. And to actually use it in a recirculating system or anything else, you really need like a 6-foot hose. And it took me forever to find it because you'd go and I'd buy a hose and it'd be 1.5 inch hose. And you'd be like, well, this is too loose and I don't want to have to duct tape it or, start using valves and, all these things. It's so weird that they would use such a weird sized hose as 1 1/8. 1.26, 1.477. Well, here, let me take it all out. We'll weigh it up. I'm going to dry it off and we'll weigh it up. So we'll find out. We'll do the guessing game. I really want to just know what the big nugget weighs. Really no fine gold in here. So look at the dirty water in the sink while I pick up all the gold. Like your 2.5. Yeah, I don't understand why manufacturers do that. Well, I mean, I know why they do it. It's so you have to buy it back from them. They'll go buy a 200-foot thing of hose. And then when you need more, you got to contact them and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll charge you $20 for it. Because I remember I must have spent a whole day looking for more hose. And when I finally found a hose that was 1 1/8, I think I bought 20 feet of it. So I was like, ain't getting me twice. All right. Let's dry this off. 0.43. I'm guaranteed a gram. This was a 1 gram bag. So finally found, the nugget 0.43. Yeah. Okay, cooking some gold. All right, we'll give that a minute to cool off so don't melt my pan or melt my weigh boat. So let's give that a minute. Let me get the scale and everything, and we're going to weigh it up. Hey, Carson, what's up, brother? I figured you were just lurking. Over the 1 gram. I'm saying over the 1 gram, too. If I had to guess, I don't know. This is what it is. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Yeah. I'm gonna guess 1.2. I think the total will be 1.2, maybe 1.25. Yeah. Miller prospecting. That's it. All right. Let me go get my scale. There we go. Ta-da. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. But yeah. 0.61. I don't know. Before we wait, we'll put it on a boat. Make sure it's not hot. I will say, I have done that before where I've heated up and dried out gold, and then I was too impatient and I poured it into a plastic boat and it melted. I had to scrap an entire review one time because I melted it and it had plastic all over it, and I was just so, because it was all really fine gold. So, but there we go. If anyone wants to guess, that's how much is in there. Yeah, the Paydirt wasn't too dirty. Definitely not as dirty as the last one I did for the 1 ounce. But I think that's just going to depend on which area of the pit they're digging at. So, Matthew, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Das Boat. But all right, let's weigh up the nugget first. That's the one I'm curious about. 0.475. I had it on the nail, even though I didn't guess 0.475, but Randy Klatt, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So 0.48. Once it's settled down, 0.48. Let's add the rest. Oh. Well, I was way off. 2.035. Really? 2.40? Well, Alan, you were way off even. I think everyone was way off. 2.04. 2.04, 2.035. I need to stop using that last number. Think scale is broken. No, scale works. Here, let's tear it. I haven't teared it today. And yeah, I know it's a 1 gram bag. Well, actually, let me go double check. I got my notes. Let me go double check my notes. All right, because I know that's up that way. 2.03. Yeah, there's a 1 gram bag because I print up a sheet when I do it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. The lights. But no, I printed up the sheet. I always print up a sheet. I make worksheets for everything. Yeah, it was a 1 gram bag. I'm gonna have to look to see who bought that. I need to use this secret shopper more often for all my stuff. But then again, maybe I didn't use the secret shopper. Maybe I bought it. I don't know. I didn't write down the purchase price or anything or the ROI, so I don't know. This piece does have some quartz on it, so if you want to take off a little bit for quartz. So I will take some pictures of these, post them on the community Patreon page for tomorrow. Yeah. I still have 2 more of these on my shelf too, so next month we'll be going through those 2. You know, like I said, this is one of the reasons why I like this seller and Yukon Alley, because, you know, they're working mines, so it doesn't cost them anything for the gold. It's just whatever they sell it at. And if they melted this down and sold it, they would probably get 65, 70%. spot. So. And that would have been, I think every time I've ever done a Tuesday show, I've always gotten my highest ROIs. I think with Gold Nugget Man, when I did, was it Gold Nugget Man? I think it was Gold Nugget Man, where I've got 2 1 grammers from 2 different secret shoppers. And when I picked one, we did it and I got an over 100% ROI. I think I got like 124 or something like that, 125. But then the Tuesday show I did it, it was like 180% ROI. I did a Mammoth 1 gram bag and got 1.2. So I'm curious, like I said, was it a beginner bag? Because the reason I did a beginner bag is because I think typically, like if you're buying bags of Paydirt, it's not as much fun. And it didn't take me as long. The show's really not going far because we're going to go look at the ugly mug right now. So yeah. Give me a second. We're going to go to the ugly mug. But yeah, I typically think beginner bags have a little bit more gold in them. Because when you have fine gold, if you say a bag's really hard and it's only going to be minus 40 gold, it's a lot easier to hit that 1 gram. You can just funnel it in there and just bam, we hit the 1, add that little 0.05 after. But when you have chunky gold, it's a lot harder to hit 1 gram. You don't want to have to sit there and take this nugget out, put this nugget in there, take this picker out, put that picker in there. So 2.04. So, but we're not doing an ROI or anything on this bag. This is just, this was just a fun one. Now, again, like I said, I do have 2 bags. I don't know if y'all can see them, but I do have 2 bags over here. I do have 2 more of their bags. These I got, and I know because I looked at their sheet today. I do have the purchase price on them and the spot price on them. Because like I said, I am going to do something. See, I have all the Mammoth gold right here. This is all from the 1 ounce video. I need to do something with this. So I need to do something special with it. So that's another video. And after that video, then I'll be panning out those 2 bags. So. It took a month to get to me. Yeah, what was it? I think I think my original bag with them took a while. I think my original review with them took a while, or maybe it was the first Tuesday show I did with them. One of the bags I got from them took a while. But like the 1 ounce bag, it shipped out the next day. I mean, it was 1 ounce, so I'm glad it shipped out the next day. Actually, I think it shipped out the same day. My secret shopper bought it. But I'm trying to remember. It either shipped out the same day my secret shopper bought it, or he bought it late at night and it shipped out first thing in the morning. But then it got lost by got lost by Canadian Post, got here and got lost by United States Post. And let me tell you, there's nothing more worrisome than ordering a 1 ounce bag of Paydirt and having it get lost in the mail. Not once, but twice. So. Yeah, the kinky bag is ridiculously hard. That thing is just crazy. I never finished mine. So I did the kinky challenge. I don't know if he's still doing the kinky challenge where if you beat it, you get it, he gives you another bag for free. Probably not, because now that Vendetta showed everyone how to beat it, there is a way to beat it. But when I did it, I did the challenge. I probably got like half the gold out of it and then gave up because I wasn't going to make it in time. And then I set it on my washing machine. I was like, okay, I'll just deal with that later. And I kept every once in a while, I'd sit down and start painting it, and it would just drive me crazy. I was like, okay, I can't even deal with this. So I ended up just dumping it in my Tuesday tailings. Crash, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. And anyone I missed, as always, thank you for joining the show. But before I forget, here, make sure if you haven't, you go to the hidden link that was just popped up by Nightbot. There is another video. It's called The Hidden Video. Go to that video, leave a comment, because at the end of the show, which will probably be in like 15 minutes, I will be picking one name out of all the comments, and they will be entered in a future giveaway that I'll be doing that is open to everyone. It is open to anyone and everyone that comes to hangs out at my live show. And once I get 8 names, yeah, I guess it's 8 names. What are we doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're gonna get 7 names. So yeah, 7 names. So once we get 7 names, then I'll give this away. And it's from Western State Minerals. It's an old seller. They don't sell anymore. But it's guaranteed 1/3 of a gram of gold. So make sure you go leave a comment in the hidden video. The only rule is you must be here when I call your name out. You must post something in the live thread, the one that's going on during the live show, to prove that you're here, so people don't just come, leave a comment, and then leave. So I made the mistake of running it over the cleanup buddy, concentrate all the heavy stuff, and now I'm screwed. You were screwed no matter what with that stuff. There was really no way. No matter what, you're just going to get rid of the light stuff, and you're going to be stuck with the really heavy, No. It's just one of those ones where, and I'm one of those people where, they tell you, you just get so ingrained with every Paydirt seller. It used to be really bad. Now, not too many sellers sell it. But when I first started doing this and I first started panning, every single seller said the exact same thing. Pan 1 tablespoon at a time. Pan 1 tablespoon at a time. And they would have gold like what I got tonight. And it'd be chunky gold. And it's like, what? I don't need a tablespoon at a time. So like me, I'm very impatient. I can't just put a tablespoon in at a time. Like with the 1 ounce bag I did the other day with the review, even in the review, I said it would be a lot easier if I didn't have 1 ounce of gold sitting in the pan. If I'd have scooped out half of it, put it in another pan, then worked it, it would have made it a lot easier to clean. But just, I'm one of those impatient people that doesn't like to have little amounts, so. Hey, GS, what's up, brother? How's it going? Yeah. But yeah, with the kinky, that's when you definitely, I wouldn't even do a full tablespoon. That's the one where you do like a teaspoon at a time. You need a good pan too. Like that's one that would probably be really good with the not the Martin pan or the SE, but the big green pan. So, something that's really has a big area so you can spread it all out and slowly roll just a little bit of water over it. So, yeah, this stuff is definitely, most Paydirts, you could do more than a tablespoon. The kinky is probably the only one, and I wouldn't even do a tablespoon at a time. You just want to do the tiniest little bit at a time. But let me go double check and make sure all the comments are going through, even though I fixed it. Yeah, okay. So, but yeah, so this Saturday, I don't have a video coming out. It's my dead week, or a week where I don't have my kids, so I'm going to be shooting videos this weekend. So no video coming out Saturday. Next Tuesday, we're going to be painting something. I think maybe it might be David's Paydirt. I think David Desautel's. I think he had sent me some Paydirt, and it's on my shelf somewhere. I think that's what we're going to be painting out next week. It will be a viewer Paydirt. So next week will be a viewer Paydirt. I do have some from Ken, Gentleman Prospector, I have to go through. More from Bradley. I have some from Mega Dog, Jacob's brand. Some more over here, Bill's Dirt. So I do have some viewer supplied Paydirts, but I think that's who we're going to pan out next Tuesday. I kind of like the Gentleman Prospector bag, so I'm kind of delaying that one. Especially since I don't have a Gentleman on my shelf. So I might need to get a 1 gram bag. I might have to trade a 1 gram bag with Ken over at Gentleman Prospector to get one for my shelf, so then I could pan these out. So yeah, the GNS bag, the double diamond, the thing that makes it so hard is the tungsten. That's the only thing that really makes it hard. And that's what 90% of most hard Paydirts, they're just hard because they add something like the tungsten in it even though I will say Mike corrected me, that Paydirt actually has natural tungsten in it. But that's what makes it really hard, is just having the heavies where people will put all black sands in it or stuff like that, you know, to make it hard. Whereas the kinkies, it's just because that gold is so fine. I mean, it's minus 300, minus 400, minus 500. So it's just such small gold. And most paydirt sellers aren't going to put that size gold in a bag of paydirt because they know no one will find it. They'll complain. They'll give bad reviews, things like that. So I do like the double diamond, though. It's a good paydirt, you know. Yeah, I still need to watch the videos. I popped into the live chat for Ozark Buck for Badly for your little thing, but I still need to go back and watch them all and see how everybody did. We're going to get those kinkies. 9-finger mining. You just go to his videos, and then I think you just have to email him and ask him for it. That Missouri gold is good. No, I know. I started watching one of the live shows. I think it was Ken's live show. It was doing his live show. So micro copper is the worst. I don't think I've ever had anything with micro. Don't start giving paydirt sellers ideas. They'll start putting all that stuff in there. Ball mill gold, yeah. That's the problem. Is one, it's really small. And it's really round, you know, and then, you know, even the material that's with it is really, really fine too. So it's not like, see, one of the things with most hard paydirts, it's black sands, and black sands tend to be a little bit bigger. You know, you're not going to get that super, super fine stuff which is how Vendetta beat it, by just blowing, you know, just his breath blew it away because it's so light. So he humbled you. I think he's humbled everybody. I don't think there's anybody that just found it easy to pan out. Now, Vendetta did beat it by, you know, air panning it, but, you know, dry panning it. But once he said that he actually panned it out, it was super tough. And, you know, you'll end up just, you know, I think when I was done with it, when I think I got finally so just, I was over it, and I was like, man, I got other things on my shelf to pan out. I think I was at like 0.7, and I said, that's good enough. I think I said that was good enough. I think I got 3/4 of a gram out of it, and I said, I'm okay with that. And I just dumped all the material right into my Tuesday tailings bucket. So. I couldn't do that. Yeah, and make sure, a couple last chances, make sure Nightbot is up. Make sure you go win spot number 4 of 7. Make sure you go leave a comment on there. So that's awesome. Everyone had such a good time. JNB Rock Counting, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Okie Prospecting had the copper. I don't think I ever panned out any of his. There's a lot of people. See, it's one thing. There's so many people in this community, and a lot of them put out their own little paydirts just for, like, you know, a couple bags. I got 5 or 6 bags. It's so hard to get so many of them. And the one problem with me is, like with me, when I do my secret shopping, at the beginning of the month, I have to essentially buy an entire month's worth of paydirt for a month in the future. So, like, if I buy paydirt for this month, my secret shopper, he was buying paydirt for 2 months from now. So by the 3rd or the 4th of the month, I'm broke again. So I've spent my entire amount of money on paydirt, and I'm like, okay, well, now what am I going to do? And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, look, you know, like Banshee will come out and say, like, oh, I've got a bag of paydirt. And I'm like, oh, man, come on. I'm broke. The Culverizer. I know I need to... See, it's kind of sucks. It's so many good sellers, because I really want to pan more Culver prospecting paydirt out, and I want to get one of his T-shirts too. You know, hint, hint. If somebody's listening wants to send me a T-shirt, I'll wear it on my live show. But I want to get some Culver. Culver's on my top 10. I think he's my number 4 seller, paydirt seller. I think Culver absolutely has some amazing paydirt, and I just can't get enough time to pan more of it out and do some, you know, do another review on it. So I might have to, luckily, you know, Super Bowl is coming, so at least I know I'll get some in December, you know. The pirate booty, yeah. AAA is a dry panning beast. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, I couldn't do it. I've tried dry panning before, and like sometimes, like if I just need to get some, like other day, what was it? I had a bag of something that had been sitting on my shelf, and I just wanted to get the gold out of it, and I was like, man, I don't feel like panning it, and I was like, I'm just gonna dry pan it. So I was done, and I weighed it up, and I had like 0.5, and I was like, dang it, now I gotta pan it out. No, Refotress, you have not missed the drawing. We're gonna do it in 4 minutes, so. No, you did not miss it yet. So everyone just stick around for another 4 minutes. See if you win. So no eating, no smoke breaks, no things like that. So the drawing will be in 4 minutes. So yeah, again, Saturday, no video coming out this Saturday, but next Tuesday we will be panning something. I'm pretty sure it's going to be yours, David. David Desotes, I think it's yours. I don't even know where it's at. I do know I have a bag of it somewhere, though. It's probably, since yours is just in a Ziploc bag, it's probably holding up some of these other bags. So, but I do have some of yours. I think this was the one, David, that had no, I think this was just something you dug out of a pit or something, if I remember right. So, I don't think it had any set amount of gold. I don't think you said you added any gold to it, so. Well, there you go, David. Put me down. I'll buy one. I'm always needing stuff for my Tuesday shows. Yeah. Dean, how's it going? Dean, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. It's from Crystal Claim. All right. I don't know where the bag is. There it is. Yeah, I knew. Like I said, it was holding up something else. But this is it. See? So it's a big old bag. So next Tuesday, we'll definitely have to be panning a lot. So we'll do that one next week. There we go. It's back into hiding again. But yeah, we'll do the David Desotes bag next week, next Tuesday. So that one should be a long one. We'll have to see. Hopefully, that's a lot of dirt. Hopefully we can finish it in the whole time. No. Oh yeah, and Gentleman is back. I know he said he went to go eat. So hoping this is good, but the other stuff was great. Yeah, I mean, it's panning. I like it. I'll love it, panning it out no matter what. It's something you sent to me. It's something you've panned out or you've dug up yourself. So I love it. Anything that anyone sends me that's from their area that they work, I love it. So even if there's 0 gold in it, I'll still love it because that's what they're panning, So it's just like I'm standing next to you, David, and you're like digging it up and I'm panning it next to you. So I always love that. It's just for the experience. So package total. Oh, that sounds like fun trip. Well, as long as you get some elk, it sounds like a fun trip, but. All right, get rid of the gold so we can do this giveaway. So, but all right, we're going to shrink down the ugly mug. We're going to do the giveaway. Let me go get the link. I do need the link. There we go. So, and again, as always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this hidden giveaway. It's, 100% by me for all of you people who watch me on the live shows and put up with my ugly mug for only a few minutes of panning. So, but all right, we're going to shrink down. And again, if I pull your name, you must post something in the live chat before the end of the show or you lose your spot. If you win and you're not a Patreon member, you should probably email me and tell me your name and address. So if you win, once I pull the names in 3 or 4 weeks from now, I can just send it out to you. So Richard Gibson, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Hold on. All right. Now let's shrink down the ugly mug. We will do that. All right. And then there we go. All right. We're all settled now. Lots of stuff to move around. Let's shrink down the ugly mug. And there we go. The famous Miller prospecting website that everybody has heard about. unbelievable how much people have heard about it. I hear people talking about it on the street. They're like, hey, have you heard about that Miller Prospecting website? Yeah. Top 10 recommended sellers on the left. Those are the top 10. If you want some good Paydirt, go to any of those sellers. Awesome Paydirt. So, and Culver is number 4, and Gold Nugget Man is number 3. See, I remember mine. Last recent post, last 3 videos, and these are probably 3 of my favorite videos I've done this year. The Gold Paydirt Battle from GNS. I went through all of his bags of Paydirt to see if it's worth the premium, and I think some of them were very underpriced, and even he said some of them were underpriced. Purple Gold video, one of my favorites, absolutely beautiful purple gold. And then my last one, the 1 ounce signature bag from Mammoth Gold Nuggets, where I made money. I made $700 off that bag of Paydirt. So, I mean, I still have to sell the gold, but I'll still clear $400 probably after I sell the gold. So, last 100 reviews, Mammoth Gold Nuggets, 121.54%. Unbelievable. 121. And it was guaranteed a 117% ROI. So, all right, here we go. Comment picker. Let's put this in there. Good luck to everyone. And again, if I pull your name, you must post something in the live chat before the end of the show. Otherwise, you lose your spot. And then next week, I pull 2 names. So you want to be here. If you're going to leave a comment, you want to be here. So let's go. Anything goes. No replies. Let's see who's it going to be. And if you are a Patreon member, you can win multiple times. So I do have Josh Ortiz. I have so far all my people I have on my list. Charles King, Jason G, and Josh Ortiz are all Patreon members, so they can win again. And we have A3 Sky Warrior. There we go. A3. Congratulations, brother. Rich the man winning tonight. So all we need is for Rich to post something in the live chat, and his name's down there. And I've seen him in chat, so no excuse. But all right, back to the Miller Prospecting. And again, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of my site too, it's sellers to avoid. This is probably the most important thing about my website, the sellers to avoid. I have a list of every single seller who is not a good seller you do not want to buy from. So there we go. All right, now it's ugly mug time. Enough of that pretty, awesome website. So there we go. All right, and pop up live chat. What? The Rain Man is there. All right. 100% rigged. Yeah. It ain't right if it ain't rigged, you know. That's why Patreon threw a fit. They were like, whoa, they're rigging this. It's probably why they did. Probably somebody popped into one of the live shows and was like, wait, he's rigging this? Let me go rat him out to Patreon. You know. Did he, Refocus? Here, I'm going to go back. He did. Oh. No, craziness. How do y'all know who won already? Oh, because it's rigged, brother. It's all rigged. I do that sometimes where I'll have chat and I won't realize that for whatever reason, chat stops scrolling, but it's still going down. And I'll see the little arrow button and I'm like, oh, and I'll click the arrow and it'll be like way down. So, all right. I was on your live show when you made 1,000. I was on your live show. You didn't see me in your live show because you were busy. Y'all were cooking or something. But yeah, I was in your live show and I saw you make 1,000. So yeah, congratulations, brother. You're having the live Halloween costume party. No. Well, I'm gonna go as the ugly guy. You know, they made a movie called Free Guy. I'm gonna be ugly guy. So but yeah, so no video coming out Saturday. Y'all can watch other channels on Saturday. You can watch other people's new videos coming out on Saturday. But next Tuesday, we will be panning out that really big bag from Des Hotels. It's probably like 6 pounds of material. So a lot of material to go through. But I'm going to get out of here. I hope everyone has an absolute great week. Thank you to everyone who joined me on the show tonight. Thank you to all my Patreon members for supporting this channel. I really do appreciate it. And if anyone has any ideas for a Patreon contest so I can do a Christmas giveaway, let me know. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have all these prizes and I'll just have to like rig it. And I don't want to do that. And I'll just have to, you know. But if you have any ideas, email me or send me a message on Patreon. But again, we'll have to see how that goes. I hope everyone has a great week. I thank you for appreciative for being here and supporting me. even though things are a little hectic right now. So, but all right, everyone, find some gold. I'm out of here.